Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff. You met my blog partner, Tiara, a couple of weeks ago. Together, we've put together this Money Smart for Families blog in hopes we could share some information that has impacted our lives, as well as things that we have researched and found. We look forward to sharing more principles with you. In fact, today I will talk to you a little bit about investments, planning for the future. Prior to today, the lessons that we've talked about have been creating a foundation through utilization of a budget. We've also talked about debt and how we should minimize that within our plans, allowing us to free up money so that we can invest. And we've also talked about saving, preparing for our children. These are all important. They've created the foundation of our home and the two walls. That's what we've talked about. Today we'll talk about one side of our financial house. As I said about it when I was growing up, I used to think, well, if I could own a company and have other people work for me, I'd have it made. Then I wouldn't have to work so hard. Other people would do the work and I would be able to benefit. That's not the only way that it needs to be. You can participate and earn your money regardless of where you work and invest it and have your money work for you and get far more out of your money than you ever thought possible. This is the lessons that I have learned. This year I turned 50 years old. To this point, I've lived with a myth that started way back when I was a teenager and first got married. We first started having kids. We began to live our lives, and I skipped all these steps to creating a strong financial house. I didn't know about most of them. I'd never lived on a budget. We just made the money and we spent the money. That was what our life consisted of. And saving for the future was just that, in the future. It's something that I had determined that when I get a better job or I start making more money, or I did in fact own my company, then I would start to save for the future. Well, I now woke up and I'm 50 years old and I've lived that myth for how many years now, and we're not prepared for the future. But there's hope. It's never too late. You can start. And we have in fact started. Our plan is going to look a little different than some of you who are younger. And if you take these principles and apply it, you'll find a much easier road than we will. But it is possible no matter where you are. And so one of the things I would like to share with you, there's a couple of videos that I've added here. So after you're finished here, if you'll click on those videos, one of them talks about compounding interest and what it can do for you as you begin to save and put money in investments. It'll show you what will happen to your money. This is how time makes a big difference in the ability to save and get more out of your money. So time is your friend. The second one is on the rule of 72. This was a rule that I learned early on when I started to do financial planning. I know it kind of sounds funny that here I am talking to you about a financial house when I was out teaching people how to do it and I wasn't even doing it in my own home. But isn't that the way it usually works? We can train other people and pass on the information, and a lot of times we don't do it. And that's where I am today. And that's why I'm so passionate about wanting to share it with you, especially those who are just getting married and just starting out with their family. It's important that you create a strong foundation. And as you created the foundation and the walls, that we put the roof over the things that we've done to create that beautiful house, to keep the weather and the elements away from us, that we might be able to weather a storm. And that's what investing is all about, that you might be able to weather the storms that are going to come your way and prepare for the future. I hope that you'll take the time to look at those two videos and not only look at them, but internalize the principles that are there. And if you do that and you implement them in your family, I believe that you'll be well on your way to creating a strong and vibrant financial house.